Like for those that have notification bell.
Yeah. I think we
Probably.
live now.
Really?
I
You
think
think we're
Dylan,
good? Do you
Dylan,
think we're good?
I think we are finally live on this awesome Friday night.
For what, Tyler? What are we live for right now?
We are live for this TJD Sports Podcast.
Yes, sir.
We're missing the J tonight.
Yeah.
Somebody had to work, sadly, you know.
Oh wait, hold up. I need to. Well, we don't have to hold up on the podcast, but I just need to plug this in real quick.
Are you kidding me right now? This guy had all afternoon to get this stuff situated, and we're gonna have to wait.
I just got the sounds button in there that's saying it's almost dead, so I had to charge it.
Man, Dylan, you gotta get it together, buddy. You gotta get
I know.
together.
I'm already off to a rough start, but that's
I
okay.
mean,
We're gonna
seriously.
follow it up with greatness. Okay.
First, it's the technical issues that we have throughout the past couple weeks, and
Yeah.
then now you just
And
yep.
this is an unforced error. You know, it can't happen on me. This is like give E5 to the third baseman. I say I sailed the throw. I made the play. I just sailed the throw.
I mean,
And
you just got just flat, just straight up. You
yeah,
just got to be better. You just got to be better.
you know, and I know that, and I know better than to let this kind of mistake happen. And it won't happen. Well, it will happen again probably, but
Yeah, knowing you, it'll happen again at some point tonight.
yeah, that's. Oh no, not tonight, not tonight.
Oh, not tonight. Okay, so we're jinxing it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, so obviously we're missing old Jacob. I don't know. I guess you need to text Jacob so we can get his picks for the
Yeah, let me do that
matchup.
right now. Let me do that right now.
Um, and then yeah, we can just read off his picks. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead quickly run through our college picks. We're gonna only do 5 now. So yeah, so first game, uh, BYU is traveling to Arizona State University. Tyler, I don't know if you have your mind made up already or not, but
Dylan, and I do have my mind made up. Okay, we're just gonna be straight up with this. I'm going with BYU, man. We we BYU, they lost last week. You know, I just don't see them losing two in a row. But it could happen. But I'm gonna go with BYU.
yeah, I don't know. Arizona State is a really good team. BYU, I think they're feeling it. They know, but actually, I've been on BYU side all year. I'm actually gonna go with Arizona State in this matchup.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
Yes. Let's see.
Hold on. Let me. I'll pull up JP's
Jacobs.
pick.
Okay, that's what I was about. Yeah. So you do
Okay.
that.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
So
think BYU
JP,
is just gonna struggle.
yeah, JP picked Arizona State as well.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So hey,
I
that's
guess
good.
I'm the lone wolf on thinking that the team, the Mormons that we have rode all year, are just not going to win again. Apparently, so little pause action because that came out wrong. I mean,
You did what to
oh,
the, you did what to who?
he did what in his cup?
Next game we got. I was actually trying to pull up because you know I'm not as good as Jake at doing this as Jacob in terms of having our picks ready. I don't have the rankings, so I'm trying to find them as I go. But next we have number 19 Army traveling to number 6 Notre Dame. Tyler, what's who's winning that game?
I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. This
That's a good start.
I'm multitasking. I'm trying to send the picks for the NFL thing to JP, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I want to choose Army, but
Okay.
realistically I think that Notre Dame's gonna win this game. But you know what? We've been with them all year. I'm not gonna change up my selection. I'm going with Army to win this game.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a close one.
yeah. Jacob actually picked Notre Dame in this matchup. He thinks that Notre Dame's going to do exactly what they did to Army or to Navy to Army. But I'm going to agree with you. I'm picking Army. You know, I their barstool has been making me laugh all week, and
Yeah, I've
you
been
know, good
seeing that
vibes
too.
going on
Yeah,
over at
yeah,
Old
it's
Army.
been
So
making
I'm gonna rock with them. I'm gonna rock with Army. And yeah, so there's that game. I'm just trying to switch between multiple tabs here. Next, this is the biggest game of the weekend. Number 5 Indiana, undefeated. Number 5 Indiana traveling to one
One
loss,
loss,
number 2
number two
ranked
ranked
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State.
And I just
And
started lagging just to let you know, or not lagging, echoing just to let you know.
Sorry,
But
sorry, sorry. I'll sit back a little bit.
oh no, you're good. Um, I think this game's been tough because Indiana I don't think has played anybody. We're going to talk about this one a little bit more in depth because it is the biggest game of the weekend. Ohio State, they beat Penn State in their toughest matchup so far. That was the test. I kind of thought Penn State was going to win that one. You know, this I've been wanting Indiana to be the team that possibly knocks out Ohio State. I don't think they'll get knocked out with the loss here. Um, I think they would just get bumped all the way down to 12. Or maybe not 12. No, they probably wouldn't do Ohio State that dirty. We can talk about that in a little bit, actually, playoff stuff. But I just I got burned last time when I thought someone was going to upset Ohio State. I don't think I can let that happen again. I'm going to take Ohio State in this matchup, even though I want Indiana. Let that be known. I want Indiana to win. I think Ohio State wins.
Hey, you did the same thing last week with Georgia and Tennessee. So,
Yeah. And that worked out.
JP is actually picking Ohio State as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah. We can't
coming,
speak on his reasonings, but
yeah, I don't know his reasoning, but we'll just it's JP. We'll let him we'll let him pick who he wants. Um, but for as being a Tennessee fan, I think we will do, obviously we'll dive into that more in a few minutes, but I think we need Ohio State to win this game convincingly.
yeah.
Um, I want Indiana to win, so I've been dogging Ohio State all year, and I'm not. Once again, I'm not changing it up. I'm gonna go with Indiana. I think Indiana will win.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, yeah,
well,
I would really like to actually. This is after we finish our picks for college. I'd like to go into like what we think shift wise would happen in the
yeah.
playoffs with after this game because I'm actually very interested in.
Or do you want to
Uh,
finish our picks? Because we can just ramble off the last two if you
yeah,
really
that's
want.
what I'm saying. After we finish the picks, go
Okay,
back
we're on the
and
same page. We're on the same page.
yeah. So next, Illinois travels to Rutgers. I'm gonna take Rutgers in this one. Um, I know Illinois ranked. They aren't having the best season so far, like in terms of what they were expecting. They're still, they're not having a
Yeah,
bad season, and they're still ranked, but not what they were expecting, especially with the start to the year that they had. But yeah, I don't know. Rutgers is actually the betting favorite in this game. If you weren't aware, Tyler, earlier today they were the 1 point favorite over
1 point
Illinois.
favorite.
Yeah, a 1 point
Man,
favorite, and I'm taking that leg. Okay, in my parlay, I'm putting Rutgers.
okay.
Uh, I mean, it might as well be money line at one
Yeah,
point, but you know what I mean.
and I'm just gonna say JP's real quick. JP picked Illinois.
Hmm.
Uh, once again, don't know his reasoning. But Dylan, I'm gonna go with you. I think Rutgers is gonna win this game. Like Illinois, just they they've been hit or miss. So
Yeah. Jacob's actually making fun of us right now because we're always late and we were late even with just me and you. So if you're
I was on
listening,
time.
Jacob,
I was on time.
yeah, Tyler was on time once again. It was my fault that we started late. Um, anyways, next or
Yeah.
last game that we're picking between, Ole Miss is traveling to Florida. We just saw what Florida did to LSU. Maybe that's their identity this year. They're the guys that like, oh yeah, we're gonna suck at the beginning of the season, but we're gonna make some people mad that are trying to get into the playoffs at the end of the year. DJ Lagway is playing. Maybe they would have had a better start to the season if he played all year. Um, give me Florida actually over the Ole Miss Rebels.
JP just commented. He said, "Rutgers sucks. That's why." But yeah,
Oh, wait, to what?
JP commented about the Rutgers game, and he said that's why he said Rutgers sucks, so that's why he picked Illinois.
Oh, okay, okay. I was confused. I was like, wait, but I picked Rutgers. I don't. Okay, I see.
Uh, JP picked Florida to win this game,
Hey.
so I mean, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Like you said, Dylan, I really think I don't know, man. I think that Ole Miss is riding that high right now, and I this is going to be a close
They are.
game. It's going to be a close game. Um, for Tennessee's sake, I hope that Florida wins, and I think I'm gonna rock with Florida as well. I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
I was reading his comment. I was like, wait,
Yeah, in
I am weak
DJ we
enough.
trust.
I was thinking of RDJ for a second there, but
Ooh,
yeah.
DJ.
So Tyler, there are a lot of playoff elimination games this weekend, and we
Big
just
time.
picked a bunch. So obviously, BYU they might already be out. Obviously they're looking on the outside right now, but at this
Isn't
point,
that
they're what?
isn't they're kind
Oh
of it's
no, yeah, BYU if they win the championship, the conference
yeah
championship,
it's them in Colorado right now in that
yeah,
division, right? So yeah,
yeah. Okay,
so
let's say, okay, yeah, so they have to win the conference championship anyway. I think if they lose that game, they're eliminated
oh
from the
yeah,
playoffs. But
if they lose that game,
BYU,
they're done.
yeah, so BYU, you're right. Completely scratched what I was about to say. Um, Army, another game. If Army loses, as sad as it is for them, this is a playoff game for Army. If they lose, they're not going to be the Group of Five team representing the college football playoff. It would be, barring a crazy upset, Boise State. But if Army wins this, I think one, it guarantees that they're in there unless Navy does something crazy. Two, I think an Army win eliminates Notre Dame from the playoffs. I think that's what it would take. This is essentially Notre Dame's conference championship since they don't play in one. Um, this is their
Yeah,
toughest game the rest of the year. So yeah, this is
it
an elimination game for both.
yeah it'll be. I don't. I hope Army wins, man. I really
Yep.
do. Like no, I don't know. I like we
You're
all
just
have
so
been on
passionate about Army.
we have all been on Army side since day one, man. And to see them finally get to that college football playoff, they don't even have to win in the actual playoff game itself. I just want to see them make that appearance because that's
Yeah, I mean, they would be literally America's team in
yeah,
the end.
literally, literally.
And bringing those sick jerseys over there. I love Army's jerseys. Did you see what their?
No, I didn't see Armies, but did you see Navy's jerseys?
Why is he saying deep breaths? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. They always bring out really cool jerseys.
I
So
mean, it'll definitely this year, like the past couple years, everybody's like, "Oh, it's Army Navy week." Nobody watches the game. Like they might have it on in the background, but nobody really watches. But I think this year, everybody's going to be like, "Okay, we're going to tune into this game." And
yeah, they're just bringing fun football. Both teams are really good this year. So that's just exciting. That's
Navy has fallen off
normally
though just
doesn't happen.
a tad bit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, their schedule got rough. I mean, they played Notre Dame, and then what was it? Tulane that
Hmm.
just beat them. Someone like that just beat Navy. Tulane's really good too. If it was Tulane, I don't know, but yeah. So and then the game that I was excited to talk about with the playoff scenarios, Indiana at Ohio State. So I think so. If Indiana beats Ohio State, I think they're both in the playoffs because if Indiana wins, that would solidify everyone's thoughts. Like, okay, Indiana actually is a really good football team. They would move Indiana up to number two, and I don't think Ohio State would fall very far.
So,
Um,
so you think if Indiana wins, they jump to number two?
yeah, I think the committee. They're the only reason they're number five behind um, three one-loss teams is because the committee thinks they haven't played anybody, which they haven't. They haven't.
Yeah.
So this is their first like actual test. If Indiana wins, yeah, I see Ohio State maybe only dropping to like number 7.
So
Um,
but or in my defense too, Ohio State really hasn't played anybody either.
well, they played the
Let
number
me
4
actually
team in the
let me
country.
before I keep going on that rant. Let me make sure. Okay, so they lost to Oregon
Yeah.
and they beat Penn State. So those are their Penn State and Oregon are the two teams that they played that are their big games that they've played in. They lost to Oregon by 1 on a questionable play call, and they beat Penn State at Penn State. So and this game, I don't know. I like. It's so hard to predict this game because Indiana has been doing so good, but Ohio State hasn't really played anybody outside of those two teams. But Ohio State also has been in those big games in the past, so they know how to prepare for those games. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, hey, right now we're just, if Ohio State loses, yeah, that's just what I'm saying. So Jacob said that the reason they're currently ranked 5 is because the committee's kind of counting on Ohio State to lose, and I agree. I think if they keep it close, um, Indiana could potentially still be sitting at like number 10 after this loss. I think it's hard to tell though because I feel like the committee's just waiting on them to get a loss so they can just boot them. But I find it hard to believe that if the number 5 team loses to number 2, that they could drop all the way to like 13. I don't see
yeah.
that happening. Um,
Well,
so I don't really think this is an elimination game for either team. I could see unless Indiana just gets destroyed at home. Um,
no, aren't they? They're in
or
Ohio
yeah,
State.
at Ohio
They're
State.
at
My
Ohio
bad. I'm
State. Yeah.
sorry. Get if Ohio State doesn't destroy them sorry. That's
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I was trying to go for. Ohio State at home destroys them, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean. I don't think either team's gonna get eliminated.
So let me let me ask you this, okay? Obviously, there's another big game. So if you have Ohio State and Indiana playing this weekend, right? And then you have Florida and Ole Miss. So if let's just say Ole Miss loses and Ohio State loses, like where, like do you jump? Like what teams do you put up in front of them? Because Georgia plays UMass this weekend, and Tennessee plays UTEP.
Right.
So those are kind of games that are where everybody's going into like, oh, okay, like this is going to be like a 60-0 win for both of those teams. And so like how do you what do you do in that scenario? Like, okay, so like you said, 5 is playing number 2. Do you drop them below Georgia and Tennessee after if they lose to that game? Like that's I guess
Well,
that's
there's. I mean, without going through every here, let me hold up. Let me pull up the rankings. So you're saying like if Indiana loses,
yeah, okay, so yeah, my bad. Let's if
or
Indiana
who
loses,
you? Yeah.
okay, we'll run through both. If Indiana loses, and you said you dropped them down to 10. Do
Yeah.
you put Georgia and Tennessee over them?
Well, I guess at that point, yeah, you'd have to drop them to 11 for it to make sense. That's the thing. Like it depend. I think it really depends on how close of a loss it is for Indiana. If Ohio State loses, I think you know a Notre Dame win over Army would move. I think at the very least you have to move Ohio State down to 6. That's my thing. If Ohio State loses, I think they fall to 6, and you just see Notre Dame move up, Indiana jump, Texas and Penn State, um, and then yeah. So if Indiana wins, I think the top 6 would be in Oregon, Indiana, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, and then Ohio State. So and then yeah, with the Indiana loss, I think they literally drop to number 11. And then Indiana's just relying on other teams to lose too at that point.
Yeah. it's. I'm gonna tell you what, buddy. I am beyond excited for this playoff.
Yeah.
Like the way it's shaking up so much right now. Like these last like 2 weeks are huge for so many teams, especially Tennessee. Tennessee has a chance to be in there. Bar like obviously we need some losses to fall our way. Um, it's gonna be it's coming down to the wire, and I'm starting. At first, I didn't know how the 12 team playoff was gonna work, and I thought I was gonna be like, oh, and like this, it's just gonna be your top 12 teams. It's gonna be so cut and dry. Like this is who it is. This is who it is. Blah, blah, blah. But it's coming down to the wire.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
And that's the wild thing about it too. Like, there's no like. I mean, I guess it's easy to say Oregon's like the clear cut favorite, but in my opinion, there's no clear cut like.
No,
Oh yeah, this team's winning the national championship. I still have no clue.
no.
I
It could
mean,
be. We could be looking at it, and let's just say I'm not saying that they're going to, but let's just say Ole Miss goes on like a crazy momentum change, like they're in it. You could see Ole Miss in the national championship,
yeah.
and it's like, of it, like it's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I'm guilty of it. Before the season, I was thinking like, oh, well, the top four teams are just going to dominate. Your lower, like, because normally, Georgia is like clear, cut and dry, way better than the number 12 team in the country. Because the past few years, Georgia's been way better than the number two team in the country.
Yeah,
So like, obviously they're just going to steamroll whoever number 12 is or whatever. But this year, I mean. Georgia's currently ranked number 10. Like, I,
yeah.
I wasn't expecting that to be like your 10 seed. I
Nobody
thought
was.
Georgia was going to be like at worst number 3 maybe, like ranked number 3 in the country, but and that's with like one loss. So, I'm yeah, there's just anything can happen in the playoffs and it's
It's
going to be really
it's
exciting for the first year of this
oh,
of
it's
this
gonna be crazy to watch, and I don't think like these next 2 weeks they're obviously you have Ohio State and Indiana this week. Like JP said, if Indiana loses bad, he thinks that they're out.
yeah.
I mean,
I think no matter what, they're going to drop to 11, and then they'll be in the same spot that Tennessee's in right now, where they're ranked in the top 12, but they're one of the first teams out because of the automatic bids,
hmm
everything. And then they
I
may
agree.
rely on someone else to lose.
Yeah, it'll be it's gonna be interesting, man, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it. It'll be.
Yep.
Are there any other games you want to talk about?
Let's see. I don't think so for this weekend. I mean, we just said like, Georgia and Tennessee, they have. Um, I'm assuming this is probably both of their homecoming games, so not really much to talk about there. Colorado has a chance to continue to take care of business and keep making their conversation a little interesting. I think um, Colorado, if they win out, has a better chance of. Well, obviously, again, I keep forgetting that the Big 12 gets an auto bid. I was about to say, obviously, if Colorado wins out, they're going to be in it because that means they won the conference championship. But
Yeah,
what I was going to say is like, I guess it's not possible for one of them to get in without winning the championship, anyways. But if they were in Indiana's shoes, I was going to say like Colorado would probably have a better chance of squeaking in over BYU because um, I think the committee would value Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders being on the team and push that to
yeah, and
be a playoff team more than a
both of
BYU.
them
But
being high.
yeah, it's not possible for that to be a discussion anyways because it's just whoever wins the conference championship is the one that's going to be um, in the playoff no matter what anyways. So
Yeah,
can't really have that discussion. So no, I think that's it for college.
yeah. Honestly, I think that's like there's because we don't really have many games that are you know
Yeah,
to talk about that are big games this weekend, other than the couple that we talked about. But
yeah,
yeah,
no, we can.
you ready to dive into some NFL, Dylan?
Yeah, let's.
I think we should go head first into this. I think we should go. I think we should do it.
All right, brother.
You wanna ramble off our picks, or you want me to do it?
Um, No, you got it.
All right. So the first game we have on the slate that we are picking from today is the Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. Who do you got?
I'm picking the Dolphins. You know, Drake May has won some games that I feel like he's not supposed to because this isn't a good Patriots team. Um, Dolphins obviously having a horrible season for their standards of the past few years, but they were missing Tua for, like his sixth concussion for a few of the games.
Yeah.
But I think they're back rolling. I think, especially at home, this isn't even going to be a close game for the Patriots. I think this is one of your good old-fashioned Dolphins blowouts that we've been
And
missing. So
I will say though, the Dolphins have been playing better since Tua came back.
exactly, yeah,
Obviously,
that's my point.
he's a
Yeah,
big piece of that offense. And so, with that being said, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. JP also picked the Dolphins, so that's a clean sweep on that game.
yep, hey, that's fine. Um, Next game we got. Well, do you want to keep us going? You keep us going. You're
I'll
doing
keep
good.
I'll keep it rolling. I'll keep it
You
rolling
keep
today,
us
Dylan.
rolling.
Yeah. So the next game we got is the 49ers at the Packers.
Yeah.
And
I guess you want me to start then. I will
yeah, I'll
take.
let you start. I'll let you roll it.
I'll take the 49ers. Packers, I feel like kind of used up all their luck last week against the Bears.
Yeah, no
So,
kidding.
they haven't looked that good with Jordan Love out there, not like last year's Packers. So, I think
Yeah.
49ers are gonna. Well, actually is Brock Purdy, is he out? Do you know?
Last time I saw he was questionable.
Okay, well,
I mean,
that matters.
yeah, let me hold
That
on. Give
matters.
me give me 2 seconds, and I will pull it up for you. Let's see. So where's the game? Where's the game? There it is. Little technical difficulties. It's loading. Uh,
Do, do, do,
I
do, do.
from what I see, it does not. Well, I don't know. I think he's still
Okay.
questionable, to be
Well,
honest.
you
So
know what? I'm just gonna predict this based on the fact that Purdy is out, is what Jacob just confirmed. Yep. I'm gonna take the father of the Bears, and I'm gonna go with the Packers.
that's a crazy statement. That's crazy. That's crazy. So let me, JP, if you're since you're watching, are you still sticking with your pick for that game, or are you just going to are you going to change it up? Because and while he's answering, I'm gonna go ahead and pick. I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
Oh, okay. You think
I, yeah,
Christian?
I think they're gonna get Christian McCaffrey more involved this week, and like they're gonna have to rely on him a lot more. That could be a positive for the 49ers, but it can also be a negative because then the Packers know we don't have to worry about the ball being thrown on us. We just got to focus on Christian McCaffrey running the ball. But it is Christian McCaffrey. But I'm going to stick with the 49ers. Just waiting on JP to answer. That would be nice.
All right. Well, while we wait on that, let's just go ahead and skip into the next game. Cardinals going to the Seahawks. Pretty simple for me. I'm just gonna take the Cardinals. Jacob just picked the 49ers, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm picking the Cardinals over the Seahawks.
yeah. I'm going with the Cards as well, and so is JP. So
I feel like you just stared at the
uh,
camera, like waiting to see Jacob's answer, and he's just not
I
here.
did.
Like you just,
Yeah,
I saw that you went like looking for the next person's pick, but
yeah,
he's just not here with us.
yeah.
All right, and
You're
then
in spirit.
Eagles going to the Rams. Matthew Stafford has been cooking with old Puka Nakua and Cooper Cup, so I'm actually going to take the Rams over the Eagles in this.
See, Dylan, that's where you're wrong. Me and JP are both going with the Eagles here. So I think they're the, I don't know, they're going to play pretty good. I think.
Yeah.
But
Um.
so here's a crazy thing though, Dylan. Our next game, right? So
Okay.
you got the Eagles at the Rams on Sunday Night Football. Fast forward to Monday, you got the Ravens at the Chargers. You know how quick of a turnaround that is? Both LA teams at home. That's crazy.
Okay.
Little stupid fun fact that I just decided to throw out there for no reason.
I'm gonna take Lamar Jackson and the Ravens to take down the Chargers.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are going to win. Or no, I think the Ravens are going to win this. My bad. The Ravens are going to win this game, and JP also picked the Ravens too. It's the Harper. It's the Jim. They're playing against each other again.
Yeah.
A rematch of the Super Bowl? Question mark.
Um,
49ers
it's
and
not
Ravens.
possible.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
40, I thought you were saying okay.
Yeah, no. I was saying that the
Yeah,
two coaches,
you're
buddy.
safe. You're safe. You're safe. I was about to
Yeah.
cook you. But I don't.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't be the first time today.
Well, Tyler, you got a
Well,
question?
Dylan, you know what time it is, buddy.
What time
It's
is
our
it?
new segment, question of the day.
Oh my
And
gosh. Oh.
I was really excited about this question when shout out to Jared if Jared's watching because he brought up once again we got the question of the day rolling. I'm excited about this one. Really, I think I'm more excited about this one than I was the last question on Tuesday.
Okay.
The question is, if you could build a team of your favorite quarterback, running back, and 3 receivers and a tight end, who would you choose, past or present? Let me stop that real quick. We can do a past team of that question and a present, or do you want to combine them?
Oh, we can combine them.
I'm thinking we combine them.
Yeah, we can combine them. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. For favorite quarterback, this one has been a toss up for me, and I I've been torn on several.
Wait, whoa. So are we just doing our favorites at each position, or like what we would build our team around? No, let's just do favorite.
Yeah, your favorite. Your
Okay,
favorite.
just your favorite. Okay.
Your favorite. Favorite quarterback. I'm gonna come back to that one. I still gotta think on that one. I'm gonna do the receivers first, if that's okay with you. The 3 receivers, I'm gonna go Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, and Justin Jefferson. Those are my 3 receivers. For tight end, I'm gonna go with a little Chicago native, or not native, but former Bear, a little Greg Olsen action. And then running back, I'm gonna go with Derrick Henry. Like I'm feeling the king right here.
Well, now I've got to pick something different just for this. If that's your
And
favorite running back of all time, the Bears have some pretty good ones. I'm picking my
actually,
boy.
let me change it. Derrick Henry was the present one. My past running back would have to be Walter Payton. So I'm gonna put Walter Payton. That is my final running back that I'm gonna use. Oh,
Hi.
oh man.
This isn't a good thing to do while driving. I don't know
Whoa,
if you can promote this on our
whoa.
podcast.
Well, welcome to the podcast, Jep. We're doing our question of the day right now. Let me finish.
We don't condone podcasting and driving for you children out there watching.
Man.
What are you talking about? I'm doing neither.
Oh,
it's crazy. For running back, running back, I'm gonna stick with Walter Payton. Quarterback is tough, man. There's been so many good quarterbacks. Man, I'm gonna have to go with
question of the day all day.
Yeah,
I know. I've got my answers ready to fire them off, and I just heard it.
I've been torn all day, man.
Say both.
I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say Tom Brady. Prime Tom Brady.
That's your favorite quarterback.
Not my favorite. My favorite quarterback. Not my favorite quarterback because my favorite quarterback would not be on this team. So I'm sticking with Tom Brady. Just go ahead.
Okay. Well, So I guess I'm gonna keep it the same with picking my favorites. I thought we were picking favorites. All right, so you tried to steal my king from me, but my glorious king, Derrick Henry, is my favorite running back of all time. I'm gonna skip on over to tight ends, Mr. Gronk. I've always loved Gronk. Gronk's gonna be my favorite tight end of all time. I'm not gonna pick any wide receivers that I didn't actually watch with my own eyes. So my favorite receivers, I'm actually gonna go not just because he played for us last year and this year. I actually love DeAndre Hopkins. On the other side, I would do Julio Jones, and then um, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna put him in a formation, but DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, and give me a Calvin Johnson for
Good old
for
Megatron. I
my
forgot about
yeah
him.
for my third receiver. Um, love those three guys, and then my favorite quarterback. This is actually a wild one. I don't know how good this team would do as a team. I mean, we got good receivers and good running back and tight end, but I still have the jersey in the closet. It's my first football jersey, NFL jersey. Wild. It's gonna catch you off guard probably, but I'm actually gonna go Eli Manning for the quarterback. I don't know why. I used to think Eli was the best thing in middle school. That was my first football jersey that I like actually asked for whatever reason back then. But I'm gonna go Eli Manning.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
hmm
That's good. That's a good pick. JP, since you wanted to join us late, do you have any? Did you hear the question of the day?
No, I didn't. And sorry, some of us have to work.
Oh, well, that's
Fair
okay.
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
You were
Do you
you
want
were
me?
making fun of us when we asked if you were gonna join late earlier,
Yeah.
and
I'll I'll repeat the
Well, yeah,
question.
I didn't realize y'all were starting an hour later.
That's not my doing. That's Dylan had to Dylan had to go run an errand, so we had to postpone it just a little bit.
we were like 15 minutes late. It's
Anyways,
okay.
what's the question?
All
We
right.
can't
So
understand you, but
yeah, you were kind of glitchy right there, but I kind of picked up the gist of what you were saying and what the question of the day was. Um, so the question of the day,
we're just gonna go on.
I mean,
I don't even
I
think
guess
Jared's here to hear
yeah, I don't even
the
think Jared's
answers.
watching, so I guess it is what it is.
Yeah. Let's
You
see.
ready to go to the diamond?
Oh no, I was actually gonna ask you. Well, no. Yeah,
Well,
let's go to
no,
the
no, no.
diamond.
Let's go. No, I got something to say about NFL. How about Daniel Jones just kind of like being like, I want to leave.
I don't blame the man. He wants to get signed as quickly as possible somewhere else, possibly. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys, and have Dallas just instantly throw him in there against the Giants on Thanksgiving Day.
That'd be
Um,
lit. I
yeah.
don't blame him at all.
No, he has every right to ask for that, and yeah, I hope the Cowboys sign him just for the sake of that story. I'm not
Yeah,
going again
like
though.
I mean, hey, going from being the starting quarterback to then being listed as a QB4 to then being a safety on the practice squad to then requesting your release. I mean, hey, you're the high at that point. He was the highest paid safety on the practice squad. I mean, it
Yeah,
is what it is.
yeah. I mean, I, I think someone will sign him. They've got to wait until he clears waivers, so they're not picking up that monster of a contract.
Yeah.
But someone will sign him.
Well, aren't the Giants like they're eating a lot of dead money with that?
Like 20 something million, I
Yeah,
think.
it's like 20 something million, which
Yeah,
is
just to
I mean, that's crazy.
release Danny Dimes.
Yeah, Danny Dimes. All right, JP. Before we get back, before we keep rolling with this, do you want to hear the question of the day? Because
Yeah,
you
I'd
kind of
like to.
acted a little rude right there and just cut me off while I was in the middle of talking.
Huh?
You just left and then came back. as I was trying to tell you the question.
Yeah, you disappeared.
Yeah, you disappeared
Oh.
on us again.
Oops. I can't control my terrible Wi-Fi here.
No, you're good.
Oh,
So the question of the day, JP. Question of the day is: if you could build a team of your favorite quarterback, favorite running back, 3 receivers, and tight end, who would you choose, past or present?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd probably take the GOAT, Tom Brady. That's probably an easy one for me on that one. I know you said it, Brock, but that's just an easy one. I want somebody that wins.
Now, hold on. Let me pause you. We're not going off of who was going to win. We're going off of who is your favorite.
Well, I mean,
Your
if that's
favorite-
the case, I'm going Peyton Manning.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yeah,
this
that's-
kinda
see,
answers-
See, like I loved watching Tom Brady play. So so you're going Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, running back. I'm probably going Emmitt Smith.
It's a new one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Shoot.
Was not expecting that one. That's a good one.
No.
Receivers. I really like Devontae. I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams.
Right, Devontae Adams.
Well, yeah, I assumed all of the people we took were in their primes. I don't
Yeah.
want old podcast Eli Manning on my Manning cast Eli Manning.
I would say Megatron. I really liked him. I think Dylan. I think you said that for him.
Yeah.
And then shoot, this last one's gonna be. This one's tough.
You don't want a Christian Kirk?
Yeah, you don't want your boy.
No, I think I'm gonna pass on him. I think I'm gonna go Randy Moss. I really liked the way he played with swagger and stuff.
Yeah,
It's a little combination of both so far.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Who's your favorite tight end?
George Kittle, easily.
Oh, okay. Well, a little present too. There we go.
Little Skittle Kittle, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I like it. That was a good. That was a really good question. I enjoyed that question a lot. It made you think, but it was pick your favorite players.
So passionate about the question.
Hey, you gotta be passionate. You gotta be passionate and.
Boys. We were about to go move on to the diamond before. I just thought of passionate. I love me some Jameis Winston. That man.
I mean, can we talk about that game for a second?
Yeah. What a game. For a lot of different reasons, but yeah, Browns pick up the win in the snow at home against the Steelers, and Jameis Winston needs to be protected at all costs. And I want to hear him in a radio booth or something on TV, some kind of way when he retires, and do a play-by-play on some of the games, because I love his personality, and it was hilarious watching his interviews post-game and pre-game before
Yeah.
the game yesterday.
Call your aunties, call your mothers. We're on TV.
Jameis is awesome.
Yeah,
Did you see
there
what George Pickens had to say at the end of that game?
No.
No,
said-
I did.
He said the Browns got lucky that it was just the bad weather condition that saved them. It's like literally played on the same field. And then
Yeah.
the very
I'm-
the very top comment was like they just had a better run game, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate that shit. Don't blame it. Sorry, I stopped myself.
Lost
Don't
full
blame it.
control.
Don't. I'm sorry. I got passionate for a second.
Jacob,
I
what
hate
happens when you show up? He just loses it instantly.
I hate when players try to blame it on weather conditions. Like the Browns had to go out there and play in the same conditions, and on top of that, Jameis Winston was throwing absolute dimes on top of that in the snow and everything. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I loved every second of watching Russell Wilson getting put on the ground.
Of course you did.
Especially,
Psycho.
did you see the hit he took on the last play of the game?
No, but I bet you loved it and probably clipped it as your wall screen or wallpaper.
I mean, whoever hit him lowered their shoulder right into his chest, and he was on the ground, he had his arms out and everything, like he got laid out, and
You loved it.
it was. Oh, I did. To
This
be
is
honest with
just
you, I did.
this is just a terrible podcast for the children that are watching. Tyler's just
I
can't
stopped
control
myself.
his mouth. Jacob's podcasting and driving. You're talking about how you love violence and love Russell Wilson getting laid out whole game. Just kids, go to bed. This is
Yeah.
Don't go
Alright,
bad.
but yeah, I think now that that wraps up the old gridiron.
Off the front iron.
Wait, what did
So
you say?
what? Oh. All right, y'all ready for some MLB talk?
Yes. Yeah, what do you want to talk about with the old
So-
MLB?
Where do y'all think Walker Buehler's going to end up?
I don't, Tyler, to be honest with you, I don't even know who all is interested in talking to the man. I know I've
Well-
seen some things about the Yankees, possibly.
Yeah, I did.
Shocker.
That's what I saw today that the Yankees were in it. So I didn't know if you had kept up with it or not, Dylan. I think that
I think the Yankees need relievers more than starters, but
I
I mean,
agree.
I don't think you could ever complain with bringing in a Walker Buehler. I think you kind of, if you do, then you just bring him in and then figure out the rotation later. And,
Yeah,
sign
that's-
him
that-
something.
that's what I was going to say is that I think that the Yankees need more help than starting pitching. But before I go any
Well,
further,
Remember,
let
you were
me-
saying that Rodon was their guy and completely forgot about Garrett Cole.
yeah, that was that was probably not the best moment of my podcast career is when I started saying that Carlos Rodon was their guy over Garrett Cole. I had a little bit of a brain fart that day, and
And they have the AL Rookie of the Year in their starting rotation, and Luis Gil, Luis Heel. I don't know why I said
yeah.
just butchered his name.
But you also got to think too. Garrett Cole also opted out of his last year of his contract with the Yankees. I just saw that. I looked it up. So he did opt out of his last year. So maybe the Yankees are looking at Walker Buehler kind of like be like, hey, like if Garrett doesn't come back, like we need somebody who's going to be our number one.
Yeah, sorry, that came out of nowhere. I don't see Walker Buehler just waiting around to see what Garrett Cole does or decides to do though. So
I mean, yeah, but who knows? I think he'll stay with the Dodgers. To be honest, I hope he does. I mean, but they're also if they get Roki, so I mean, who knows?
Okay, my question on top of that though. So say that he does stay with the Dodgers, do they make him a relief pitcher?
I don't know. See, I think that he had such a good postseason that I don't think that that's kind of like if he does go to the bullpen, if anything, he's going to be a long relief guy, and they're going to have a bullpen guy go out and start the first couple innings. You know what I'm saying? Like to have that backwards game, that one game of the series, but I don't see him going to the bullpen though. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to find out. Only time will tell.
Dylan, you excited about Aaron Judge and winning?
It feels a little emptier now, but yeah, it's always cool. I saw he's like the 6th Yankee to win multiple MVP awards now. And it just reminds me too that he got robbed in 2017 by Jose Altuve in the Rookie of the Year. Especially now, looking back, knowing that they were banging trash cans that season. So,
Well, and I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. Aaron Judge is so good in the regular season. And we saw firsthand that this postseason he struggled And you know, every hitter gets their slump, and you're just hoping that it's in during the regular season, like how didn't wasn't Mookie Betts having like a slump like very early in the postseason though? I'm pretty sure he was. But in the big moment like that, you got to have your MVP come out there and really like. Obviously, you have Juan Soto who carried the load, but and so did Giancarlo Stanton. But I just feel that if he's going to be an MVP caliber player every single season, that he has to be able to show up in the regular season and to be able to show up in the postseason as well.
My thing with Aaron Judge, it almost reminds me of David Price, in just a different, obviously different position. But David Price would go out and shove all season long, and then as soon as it came to the postseason, he'd crap the bed.
Mhm.
And so, I don't know.
And then finally one year he figured it out and they won the World Series. So maybe that'll one day happen with Aaron Judge.
I mean,
Get
hey,
one good season out of one
I'm
good
not counting the Yankees out. They definitely have a lot of talent. I don't know. It's just they relied too heavily, I feel like, on Aaron Judge to get him out of the hole, even though Stanton had a phenomenal postseason, and I would think. And so I don't know. I feel like they really relied on him way too much, and he couldn't. He just kept digging a hole while they were trying to pull him out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. That was a good yeah. So hold on. You guys have anything else for MLB? I mean, there's not really much going on right now, because it's just mainly talk.
So
But
I think Jonathan India signed with the Royals. Trent Grisham re-signed with the Yankees. But yeah, Jonathan India was signed by the Royals, and that was pretty much it for today. And then obviously last night we just talked about it. Aaron Judge won MVP, and Shohei Ohtani won MVP this year again, both unanimous.
yeah. So when do you know when like the winter meetings start and everything like that? It's coming up, isn't it?
It's above my pay grade, brother. I don't know.
JP, do you know?
What was the question? And you
When,
cut in and out.
when do you know, like, obviously you don't have to be like, yeah, it starts on this day at this time, but do you know when um, winter meetings start and all these free agents can start really talking to everybody?
I don't know off the top of my head. I would assume it's close to February, though. I'd say late January, close to February. That's when you will see a lot of
I
noise.
think I want to say it's some. I want to say it's January or February, like that month, because I don't know. I just repeated what you said, but I don't care. I don't care. I repeated what you said. I don't care. But I think, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot going on in the MLB world right now.
No.
But it could change any day with them, so
Yeah.
we'll see if anything happens before Tuesday.
It'll be exciting. I'm ready to see some big free agent sign somewhere.
Yeah. Well, for basketball, again, I mean, Knicks are my favorite team. They haven't played since our last episode, but Tennessee alumni Dalton Connects. I don't know if y'all saw what he did the other night, but
Drop 37.
yeah, and on 9 threes, and led the Lakers in scoring and led them to a win over the Jazz. And it was funny. The Jazz coach said every single person in that arena knew who was going to shoot the ball next, except for the people that were playing on the court for the Jazz. So,
Yep.
Speaking of Tennessee basketball, they're up 16-2 on Baylor.
Didn't they just handle their business, to say the least, over Virginia? Also, was it?
Yeah, they beat them by 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tennessee's already putting together a nice little resume.
Well, and the thing is that game just started too, and they're already up 16-2.
Yeah.
That's
The Vols, baby. Let's go.
hey, the ball's in sports right now. We're rolling.
Baylor hasn't looked good though. They hit a buzzer beater against St. John, and yeah, Baylor just hasn't looked good because Gonzaga took it to them too.
Yeah.
I think Gonzaga almost beat them by 40.
Yeah. The Bulls are up 93-80 right now in the third quarter. So against the Atlanta Hawks. So that'll be they're 6-10, but hey, Chicago sports, buddy.
You
It
gotta
is
start
what it is.
somewhere.
Yeah, it is what it is. And can't wake up every day and be like, I'm excited to watch the Bulls play or excited to watch the Bears play. It is what it is. We'll get there one day, right? Maybe. But
We'll see.
probably not. Y'all got any? I'm good if y'all are good. You guys got any final thoughts? I know JP joined us late, so JP, you got anything that you want to say to people watching?
No, I mean we appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. I like it. But if y'all are good, I'm good. Thank you guys for watching our Friday night episode of the TJD Sports Podcast. We'll be back on Tuesday to recap all the games that happened this past weekend and looking forward to the upcoming week. But don't forget to like and subscribe so that we can keep doing this for you guys. And JP, what else do they got to do?
Make sure you hit that bell button so it notifies you whenever we start going live.
Exactly. You'll never know.
Bell for the notifications.
Yeah,
That
you'll
way
never.
know
You'll
when we're
never.
live.
Yeah, you guys will never miss another moment of this awesome podcast that we host for you guys. But thank you guys for watching, and we will see you back on Tuesday.
Good job, Buck Pirates.